Hey, Tony, guys, here popping in. Y'all got to forgive my just yawn. Um, I just finished doing a 2 hour Instagram live, and I said to myself, I said, okay, I'm gonna get off, around 2 hours, and it went 2 hours. I just got finished talking 2 hours, so I'm a little tired, a little winded, um, but I need to get this here done. So, you know, I got to be serious about this serving. If you're gonna serve, you got to be serious now. And then you get you some rest. But I got to pick up my sons, and I need to be leaving the house around about 2 p.m. So I only for this video I only got 53 minutes as of right now. So 2:20. I got a little longer, but I think I could do my whole hour if needed, and we're gonna get through as many as we can. Ooh, oh no, oh wow. Ooh, oh no, wow. Come on, sister. This sister here need a coaching session. So bad. This one here was long. This one here long. This one here is long. I'm not even gonna remember everything by the time I finish reading. So y'all forgive me. This right here, this will get you to working back. Hello, Mr. Gaskins. Hope to find you and your family in good health. My story might want you to pray for my stupidity, because I had done every possible thing you asked us not to do before I started watching you. I am an Indian medical student. Now her title is Interracial Situation Made to Feel Like Dirt, incredibly important to a naive 21-year-old. I am an Indian medical student living in Poland and attending university. I installed Tinder last year after a bad breakup of a non-toxic relationship. A Hungarian working in my city texted me. He seemed good looking with a good job and a sweet personality. We had a good date, and then he coincidentally were flying to Sweden at the same time. And no, we had a good date, and then coincidentally were flying to Sweden at the same time for different reasons. He asked me to see him in Sweden, knowing that we would see each other in Poland anyway. So I thought he is genuinely interested in me. I politely declined as I was seeing my friends. After I came back to my city, we had plenty of conversations over text, and somehow he convinced me to cook Indian food for him for the second date. Yes, I know I am an idiot. He came over, and then a friend of mine came to pick up something from my room. It's a dorm. And as soon as he left, this guy I was dating said, all guys want to sleep with their female friends, right? I was like, no. My friendships are absolutely platonic since years. We had a very good time, and it started raining outside very heavily. He did not have a car, so I let him stay over. Another mistake. We ended up kissing the whole night, and now we started seeing each other. We had really good dates in the first month. Somehow he never invited me over during this time. He always came. We went for movies, to restaurants, and sports events. He even said on the fourth date that he has never taken a girl home, and it might be me. After a little over a month together, he even said that if we keep seeing each other, we can celebrate New Year's together with his friends. I was very happy. He never asked me to be his girlfriend, but being very stupid, I assumed I was, because he upgraded his Netflix to a 2-person account, especially for me, without me even asking for it, and told me not to watch certain movies as they were only reserved for our time together. This man would never offer to pay the bill, and we always split it. But I was conflicted as he was so nice otherwise. I introduced him to friends at an Indian festival celebration, and my best friend even pointed out that this guy is a little too mean with his jokes, but I ignored the warning. He even called me the next day for the first time before flying to just randomly talk. After a month, when I was joking about other handsome men, he said, "Keep searching. if I am not good enough for you. I gave him reassurance. This man would kiss me in my sleep and on my forehead in public. He said, I love you to me at the 6-week mark. I asked him, what did he just say? And he repeated it again. I was very skeptical, but I said it back. As soon as I said it, he said he doesn't love me. We continue having more dates, and he says that his friends are coming to see him from Hungary. He disappears on me for 2 straight days at this time. Texts me again. Then I give him the silent treatment, which I break myself by texting him the next day. He apologizes and asks me out on a hockey game for the weekend. We have another good date. During one of these amazing dates, when I was mentioning my plans for Erasmus. Let me see what this is. Nah, if this was the right word, Erasmus program is a European Union student exchange program established in 1987. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Erasmus, or if it's an autocorrect for Christmas. But I don't know if y'all got Christmas over there. Okay, mobility. Nope. Erasmus stands for European Community Action Scheme for the Mobility of University Students. Basically, it's a chance for universities and students across 33 countries to mingle, learn new skills, and expand their horizons. Over 2 million students have done Erasmus since it first started in 1987. Okay, we're gonna assume since you're a med student, that's what that is, that one, where the students get to mingle. When I was mentioning my plans for Erasmus, and forgive me if I'm saying this wrong, it's my first time ever seeing that word in my life. After 2 years from that point, he said we won't be seeing each other by then. I asked him, does he not trust me and have no faith in me? He said he does, but knows himself very well. Then he said, just kidding, and passed it off as a joke. Suddenly, he flips, literally flips. He did a backflip? Is he put flips in all capital letters? I will just mention a list of things he did in this particular order. 1. Hey, babe, if you need some, come holler at me, because I'm shooting a video, so I seen your text, but if I click it, it'll cut the video off. Hope my wife could hear me. 1. Comes home from a business trip and tells me that we should do a threesome. I was a virgin at this point, though I had sung on the microphone, but still it was horrible. Okay, so she watched the videos now. Now y'all know singing on the microphone mean when the lady, for the new people, singing on the microphone mean oral. All right. He asked me for my type in women so he can find a girl, knowing very well I am straight. I sharply refused. Number 2, he said I am too emotionally attached to him. He really really likes me, but doesn't love me yet. He did this the week I called him up to ask him, why does he feel so cold and distant? Tells me that he is very busy, blah, 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 but tells me that I am important for him. Number 3, he was flying to Amsterdam, so I asked him for a very simple Dutch chocolate I really, really like. His response, if it's anything more than $5, don't expect anything from me. He didn't even ask me the name of the chocolate and got some random one. And when I said, "Oh, that's so sweet," he said, "You asked me to get it. That's why I got it." Very rudely. The receptionist accidentally made him pay guest charges for staying the night in my room one time. Okay, what kind of room this is? All right, interesting. That's nice. It was about $5. He came up to me straight in the kitchen and says to me that he isn't going to come to my dorm if he has to pay. Number 4, takes my virginity. Completely consensual and no pressure. And makes a joke. Don't you want to keep the used condom as a memoir and hang it somewhere? Number 5, laughs on my face when I tell him about a very hurtful, racist thing that a friend said to me. Showed absolutely no remorse. Number 6, when I showed him a picture of my volunteering work, he, instead of appreciating me, like in the beginning, asked me if the skinny girl in the pic is me. I said no. I am a decently shapely girl, not overweight or obese in any manner. He makes jokes. Yeah, you're not skinny. I said, but you love my body. Seeing how much he was into it in the bedroom, he said that he never said that. He loves my face, but not my body. In the beginning, he would write, "You're beautiful," on my whiteboard when I was not looking. I'm about to turn this into the Smithsonian so they could study this. He might be the definition of what y'all be throwing around in the comments. Number 7, we went to the Science Museum together after spending a wonderful night with each other, wrapped in each other's arms. He called me fat and told me to not sit on a Y'all gotta forgive me now. Cause this man here getting out of hand. I'm like, what? Cause she caught me off guard now. When she said they wrapped in each other's arms, then the next thing, wow. Y'all gotta forgive me now. Cause it ain't funny what he said. It just was funny how he switched gears on her like that. Like she said, shit. At first I thought I was finna read a poem by Nicholas Sparks on just this beautiful night, and then boom. Next thing you know, Cletus and what's it called on the Clampets. We went to a science museum together after spending a wonderful night with each other, wrapped in each other's arms. He called me fat and told me to not sit on a particular machine in front of everybody. Then we tied ourselves to anxiety detectors. To make me feel like S, she said the cuss word, the S word, he says A. A is like number 1, like the first thing he said. Now this old med student now, she got this thing written not good. Now it's too long now. She wrote a dissertation. But to make me feel like S, he says, "Hey, you know what? I told my friends that my girlfriend is brown and she's Indian. And they were like, yuck. Why are you seeing her then?" When he won the round by elevating my anxiety, he said he was just joking. B, for round 2, he asked me how would I feel if he replaced me with a hot Polish girl. I told him that I would not give a F and block him everywhere and forget that he exists. My anxiety was 0. He even said, how is that possible? His anxiety was very high and I won this round. I wasn't talking to him on the way to the burger place, so he kept pushing my leg and annoying me. In the burger place, there were some guys that were looking at me and laughing because I was being very goofy with my sweater. He asked me if they have bigger muscles than him. I asked him, why is he asking this question? He said, only I can make fun of you, no one else. Number 8, he was going home from office and I jokingly said, then why aren't you coming to me then? His response was, home is where the heart is, not where the D-I is. Home is where the heart is, not where the D is. Mr. Tony, I am still broken over this sentence. And I am still broken over this sentence the most. And my pain cannot be expressed in words. When he realized I am angry, he sent kisses. And when he saw I am not responsive, he said, if you have a problem with me, then you can tell me. No need of playing this stupid game with me. Then he gave a fake apology for his stupid joke. Number 9, made fun of my country, calling it a third world country during an inappropriate time and saying he would never fly there. Reason he hates flying, but actually has willingly taken a job that makes him fly all the time. Number 10, doesn't stop and keeps walking when I am taking a picture with him. Unlike early days when he would kiss me secretively to make the photo cuter. Says I am very beautiful. Says I am very beautiful when I was singing on the microphone, of course, the night before. Number 11, yells at me for dropping my cutlery in a restaurant accidentally. Number 12, when I wanted to show him something romantic in Hungarian but couldn't find it in my phone, he, before knowing what it would be, says, I hope it's not some cheesy romantic thing. Number 13, when I went over, how much longer? Y'all, hey, listen, we in this thing together, all right? We 15 minutes in, her letter still going. Okay, we in this thing together now, all right? Like, just got to be here for the good and the bad, all right? The long and the short, okay? So, listen, I'm bringing y'all into my world, into my job, okay? So you get to understand a little bit. Number 13. When I went over to his place the second or third time, at this point, he said, now you must be feeling like you're coming home, don't you? My response, home is where the heart is, not where the D is. My resentment had been too high at this point. He asked me when we went out for lunch, will you sleep with other people when we break up? I was shocked. She put when in all caps. When we break up. I was shocked. She put that in all caps. I said, why should I be thinking of a breakup? And asked him, won't he be disappointed? And asked him, won't he be disappointed if I was sleeping around? He says, I won't be disappointed, just surprised. After all, who would want to sleep with you? Yes, Mr. Gaskins, he said that to my face, and I could not understand his abuse. Number 14, suddenly started referring to our intimacy as casual. Number 15, I took a flower and perfume for him as a Christmas gift, assuming that obviously, in all caps, he would get me something. Flower and perfume. Okay, so y'all, huh? You gave the man a flower and perfume? What? Well, y'all do some different kind of gifts over there now. I took a flower and perfume for him as a Christmas gift, assuming that obviously he would get me something. He did it, of course, and offered to buy me dinner. He did. When we were in the Christmas market, he made so much drama over kissing me under the mistletoe, saying he hates annoying the public with such drama. Annoying the public with such drama. Kisses me very rudely. Next day, while making love, he asked me to squeeze tighter, saying that my lady parts are like a cave, and then said he is just joking. In the past, when I made a joke about his very small man parts, which is very, very true, if you must believe me, in response to him body shaming me, he retaliated, refused to hold my hand in the mall, saying, we are not a couple, in all caps, then laughed. I was heartbroken. I asked him if I am his girlfriend, and he said, yes, in all caps, and asked me, why am I asking this question again and again? Oh, so, nah, it sounded like she said she was serious about that. Nah. It said, nah, he told her lady parts like a cave. And then she said he was just joking. In the past, when I made a joke about his very small man parts, which is very, very true, if you must believe me, in response, okay, so, but I know, little man. All right, that bring a lot into perspective now. Bring a lot into perspective when you love to a virgin, because you would think the body will be, contoured to fit him, being that he was the first. But he down there, he got the flashlight out and everything, so it sounds like he. And that there. That right there, sister, Everything right here. You done find your answer. You done find your answer. Right there in the middle of the letter. We ain't even got to read no further. That right there. That'll do it every time. That would do it every time. That'll make a man a monster. You hear me? So when you meet these monster men out here, they're just nasty to women. Now, it's some who ain't like that that's still nasty. But for sure, if they like this, 9 out of 10 times, they finna be nasty. 9 out of 10 times. Number 16. Somewhere around 2 months, when I asked him to delete Tinder, he said he doesn't use it anyway. I was not comfortable with the app being on his phone, and he pouted heavily and removed it, acting as if he is doing me a favor. Number 17. Didn't wish me on Christmas when he went home. Asked me when Christmas was over, how was Christmas, with a smiley face. When he went home, wouldn't text me for 2 days straight, knowing how much this behavior hurts me. And when we spoke, he literally sent me a pic where he was taking his underwear off, and asked me for breast pictures, which I didn't send. Sent pictures in my shirt, and of course he didn't compliment me at all. Number 18. Was liking pictures of loose booty baby mamas. I know I am loose booty too, but this was next level. You're actually not loose booty, man, and you beating up yourself a whole lot in here, which I don't know if that's your med school tactic for me not to get on you, or if you just don't love yourself like that. But it's getting you pretty sad in here, sister. You need to stop beating yourself up like that now. Random girls and past flings, but stopped liking my pictures. Number 19. Comes back after Christmas. Says he really likes me, loves spending time with me, and misses me when I am not around. But I am too emotionally attached to him, and he does not want to use me. He wants a short break. Tells me that he has had only one proper relationship in his whole life, and maybe he is like this because he spent too much time alone. Also says we should have known each other better before getting physical, which is true, because had I known, I would not let him near me. Anyway, he is willing to try to make things work between us, but uninvites, in all caps, me from his New Year's party, saying considering we are having problems, it's better to not involve friends. Now, I went home and called him and dumped him, saying I want a man who is sure of me. He asked me thrice. Now, I ain't heard that since the Bible. He asked me thrice that we should try to make things work, and I flat out said no. I don't want to force you to be with me. He says that he doesn't feel forced and wants to try. I said no, and he said, what am I going to do without him? I said, I know you since a few months. My life will be just how it was before. He said that he is very sad and said that I must be sad too. I said, no, I am happy. And he went in a fit of rage saying, how can you be happy? I soothed him down saying, I am completely fine and I love myself way more than I love him, and this needs to end. He keeps asking me what happened to me, and I said nothing. He was not keeping the receiver down despite my multiple attempts to cut the call, and then finally I had to repeatedly say bye, and we hung up. When I tried to take my stuff from him a week later, he acted like a gentleman, giving me my things and trying to make small conversation and asking if we can stay friends. My stupid spirit said yes, but we never spoke after that. 5 days later, he was back on the dating site, and in a month's time, I see a Polish girl with a rose in her hand in her profile picture, commenting on his marathon picture that she is proud of him. It was a new girl, as he had just started following her 2 weeks earlier. I was extremely hurt to see him move on so fast and blocked him from everywhere for my healing. I got a follow request from a very fake, sketchy looking ID of a Polish name a few months later. I suspect it was him or his girl. I could tell by the credentials and profile info. This ID would see everything I posted but not accept my follow request back. When I asked if it's him, the message was left on scene. While the stalking activity continued, I blocked this ID too, and now it has been 11 months since we last met. 11 months. 11 months. My heart is in so much pain, Mr. Gaskins. Had I not met your channel, I would have probably met the Lord due to my pain. I was dreaming of a snake with blue eyes biting me, and I was sucking my own poison out, literally a month before I met this man. I wish I believed my spiritual instincts. Do you have any answers to what happened to me? Any answers? Absolutely. Was I just used for my body and thrown away? Or was I suddenly ugly in his eyes? Or did he have a girlfriend all the while? Or did he actually suffer from a mental problem? Please guide me. I am never going to break no contact, but I seek answers. Please help me. Other important facts. Number 1, he said he is going to die early and at least thrice in the 4 months we were together. Other important facts. All right, let me read it again. Now, y'all got to forgive me now. I'm a little tired now. But, hey, everybody matters. Everybody matters. Okay, yeah, I know the letter. Hey, yeah, I know the letter is long. Everybody matters. Okay, so we got to treat everybody equally. This is our Indian sister from Poland. Is that a place where they used to ask you when you was a kid, do you want to be a something or a Polak? Or is that something different? That's somewhere else. That's very disrespectful if that's what they used to be talking about. Because the sister in Poland, is that what they used to talk about? Yeah, she living in Poland, attending university. I don't know if that's the same thing that people used to ask you like in grade school. You want to be this or something else? Number 1, he said he is going to die early, at least thrice in the 4 months we were together. A very fit man, swimmer, gym person, good job. Number 2, he said that he is terrible once. Number 3, cynically asked me to do better in the bedroom when I was making some Kama Sutra jokes. Number 4, was hurt by a Mexican woman in the past during his study abroad days. Reason, they were having casual and she decided to sleep with other men behind his back, which is not technically a betrayal as they were not together. But he was hurt because he had known he would try sleeping with other if he had known he would try sleeping with other women too. Number 5 was seeing an Italian. I know y'all say Italian. I be saying Italian and then don't be asking why you say Italian. That's just how I say it. Number 5 was seeing an Italian Persian girl before me who wasn't willing to go all the way. And he was continuously wondering during our time together if she found a new guy. Number 6 was texting a random girl in an English-speaking forum for our city who needs swimming lessons, saying that he would be very happy to teach her in exchange for some Polish. Gave me no info about this. When I confronted him, he said that he was going to ask me to go with him, as I am a swimmer too. Number 7, his biological father left his mom when he was born. His mom got pregnant by another guy and later married him. Now that man is his stepdad. He has a half brother as well. I wasn't told any stories of domestic abuse. Number 8, he met his biological dad once for some very important work, and his dad did not care. This info was given to me on the second date. Number 9, forgot all important dates, including my birthday, and wasn't even apologetic or ashamed when I remembered his. Number 10, never stopped me from seeing friends, but was low-key critical of my closeness with my parents, saying that he does not discuss any of his issues with his parents, only with his friends. Never stopped me from seeing friends, but was low-key critical of my closeness with my parents. Because his daddy left. Number 11, said that our kids would be stunning looking. After accusing me of being cheesy and emotional for looking at him with dreamy eyes when he said he would want to adopt a child. His bipolarity surprises me to this day. Number 12, clearly lied about the rent he pays for his faraway tiny apartment with no proper heating. Also, he mentioned his salary on the fourth date without me even asking for it. Number 13, mentioned that he skipped a grade in school because he was too smart. I find this too hard to believe for some reason. Number 14, said, you need SE, knowing he is my first and emotions are more important to me. He also said, fun is better than emotional. I am attaching a picture of us for you to decide if we are really looks incompatible. All right, that's the end of it. Oh my goodness, 31 minutes. Now, you know what? This is actually more like a coaching session, because coaching sessions, the client, talks 30 to 45 minutes, while I listen and take notes. But when this one, I had to read it. And also, I just got finished talking 2 hours on my Instagram Live. So if you miss that one and you get bored and you ride, you'll catch that, because I think it's on IGTV, so I think it'll stay there. Now, sister, okay, I see your picture here, and I see his picture. Y'all on the same level looks wise, but y'all are not compatible. Y'all not looks compatible. And so yeah. So now personally, this is the thing. You can't say everything that you see. I can't say everything that I see. But the telltale sign with y'all is that y'all on this here Tinder. Because that is a very dumb app to be on. It's very terrible. Nobody in the world, especially if you watch any of my videos, should you be on Tinder. That is the dumbest thing in the world. And forgive me for saying that, but yes, that is very dumb. You need to meet people in person. You need to meet people when you walk around, when you're doing whatever you're doing. That's where you need to meet people. Not on no dating app. Y'all stay off these dating apps unless you over the age of 50 and you done seen it all and heard it all. But when you young like this here, like y'all, and the thing about it is, sister, you is a med school student. Like, you shouldn't even be worrying about no relationship. Like, you can't have no relationship. My sister-in-law a doctor. She is in her residency now, but she went through, school and med school. No boyfriend. Not only you are a medical student. You say, I am an Indian medical student living in Poland and attending university. Boy, should be the last thing on your mind, and you was a virgin. So now, come on now. Now you beat yourself up a lot in here. But the thing about it is that's all a front, because you actually smart. You're actually very smart. You're actually very knowledgeable. You know what's going on. You can see, right from wrong. You seen that he is terrible, but you see yourself, you have low self-esteem. And you see yourself as less attractive. You see yourself as unattractive. You see yourself as, not fitting into societal norms of, what a beautiful woman is. That's how you see yourself, and that's how you carry yourself, and that's how you treat yourself. That's how you talk about yourself. You beat yourself up. You talk down on yourself, when a lot of people, even in this same situation, would have think they was all in the right and they would have been lifting themselves up. You tearing yourself down. So what you have to understand is that people treat you how they see you treat them yourself. People treat you the way they see you treat yourself. Don't nobody disrespect me unless I disrespect myself. If I call myself dumb and I play stupid, then people gonna try me like I'm dumb and stupid. If I come in intelligent, articulate, and like I'm on my game, people gonna come correct like I'm on my game. And a lot of times I play dumb, and then that's how I create a rift, because I play dumb, and then somebody try to play me, and now I got to call them out, and now they embarrassed because they got called out. Now it can create this confrontation. Now it makes it awkward. Now they don't want to, deal with me. And it's really just because I put a mirror in their face. And so you coming in insecure, low self-esteem, self-hating. And so the man says, okay, because a man has experience, he could tell a self-loving woman and a self-hating woman. And so you got to understand that, and you got to get to a place to where every single person, male and female, man and woman, has to get to a place to where you can love yourself and you carry yourself with respect and with standards and with love. When you know who you are, and you have to convince yourself of this. You got to tell yourself every day, all day. If you need to write it down first, and then read it to yourself every day, all day. Write it down and read it to yourself. And when you do that, when you take and do that, then now what happens is your brain starts to believe what you're telling yourself. But when you're telling yourself that you unattractive, or you less than, or you need this dating app to meet a man, and that you naive, that you gullible, you a virgin, you don't know what you're doing, and you telling yourself that, then guess what? That's exactly what the man gonna treat you like. And so this man here, he had to be diagnosed by a doctor. Like, he a classic. He is a classic something. And the classic, not a good classic, a negative, a bad kind of classic, but it stemmed to that little one. That little man he got down there. That's a part of it. His daddy leaving his mama when he was born. That's a part of it. Him being unattractive to women, or not cool enough, or not manly enough, or not tall enough, whatever it is. And then too, it go to show you what I want every woman to understand about this, because a lot of times women go to date out their race and thinking that that's what's going to be the prize. So this is a Indian woman, and she dating a white man from Hungary. So Hungary, I don't know if you call that a race or a nationality. I call it a nationality. He looked like a white man, like a normal white guy I see walking around here. Y'all got to forgive me, I'm getting tired now. I'm sitting over here, how you getting tired while you talking? But I'm drained today. Now, and this young lady, she don't look like a traditional Indian woman that I see. She kind of look Indian and kind of look mixed with white almost, or mixed with something else. Almost kind of how like a Mexican and a black person look when somebody mix Mexican and black. Her Indian is not, her skin not as dark brown as what I'm used to seeing in people from India. It's a little lighter in her face. It could be the temperature where they at, not enough sun, or it could be genetic. Now, in the other picture that she has, she looked more like a traditional Indian, which a traditional Indian, with the dark black hair, long hair. I don't know what it is. Indians not necessarily built like Africans. Sometimes when you see somebody with strong African genes, like on a woman, the woman arm, you may see a cut in it, like a muscle, or it may be like this slim. Or then you have like African American, who sometimes because of our eating and our genetics, you may see a woman with a bigger arm. So a man look at that and determine like if she in shape or what have you. This young lady, like she said in her letter, she's nowhere near obese, but that she kind of curvy, or that she kind of shapely. So her arm is like a woman with some meat on her bones. One with some meat on her bones, and I can't see her, it's a full body. It's not a full body picture, but you assume, okay, if your arms is like this, then if your arms got some meat on the bones, then maybe you got some meat on your bones, on your hips, or on your thighs, or what have you. And so, but I can't see her whole body. Now, typically, white men don't really like curvaceous or voluptuous or women with anything more than skin and bones. A lot of times white men like their woman to be thick skinny, real thin. And if you notice, that's a trend with a lot of, Caucasian women, especially ones that can afford to go to the gym or to stay home and work out, that they really big on, a lot of Caucasian women really big on being as thin as possible. And then some just their genetics, so it's not a one size fits all. But that's why this guy made that joke about, what would you do if I leave you for this hot, Polish woman? Or whatever he said, skinny Polish woman, a slim Polish woman. And so, yes, what this was right here is, this was a man who, he is insecure. He hates himself. He hates his life. He hates his manhood. He doesn't feel like he's a man. He doesn't feel successful. He doesn't feel worthy. He doesn't feel loved. And if he was a boy, he would want a Raggedy Ann teddy bear to rip apart every week when he's feeling down and abandoned and lost and hurt. And then he would go to his mom and ask her to sew it back together. Being a grown man, he doesn't want to have a teddy bear to rip apart, so he finds women that he feels he can get. So he felt like he could get you, and he was right. He got you. He felt like that he looks better than you. I believe you as a woman felt that way too, and that's why you put up with so much for so long. I don't believe that it was you felt naive and gullible. I believe you felt that he was a prize. That you got this white man, you Indian, it's color lines, it's racism. Obviously so, because you got a friend that made a racist joke that hurt you really bad, and this your quote unquote what you call a friend. And then he tells his friends that his girlfriend is brown, and they say yuck. This is a white man. Now, this what I try to tell y'all to anybody who trying to date outside of their race. There are color lines in every race. When you come to the black race, the white woman is called a snow bunny. That is a derogatory term. The white man is called a criker or a honky. Those are derogatory terms. When you go to the white race, the black is called a nigger. That is a derogatory term, seen as more derogatory than the other terms, because they'll take and they made cracker in the Cracker Barrel. But black people use it in a derogatory way. But we don't have the end barrel. You see what I mean? So the word is not the same, but it still could, both are used by the opposite race as weaponry. And so this man tell this woman that she brown and she yucky. His friends probably didn't even say that. Or they could have said that, but the fact that he told her that means he feel the same way. So he literally picked out this brown woman to beat up on her, to use her, beat up on her with words, to use her, to abuse her, to sleep with her, to experience her. This is one lesson that I want women to understand. That just because a man will sleep with you does not mean he likes you. Just because a man will sleep with you does not mean he's not racist. Does not mean he's not prejudiced. Just because a man will talk to you and talk to you like a queen of a man of another race in the beginning does not mean that he is a prize and that he thinks you are a prize. A lot of times we think that the answer to our problems in our race is to go to another race where we're going to be appreciated. Not realizing that there still will be color lines. There still will be prejudice. That person you go to of that other race still going to have family members that don't agree with their decision about being with you and don't like them and go off on them. And when they talk to them, is bold enough to call you out your name and call you a derogatory name, even talking to their family member. Oh, you still with that N? So you're an N lover, huh? Man, I'm ashamed of my brother. I thought he raised a son better than you. So you're an N lover. And that's how they'll talk to him. And then you come to the black race, and somebody got a white woman. Like, where you snow bunny at? Where you snow bunny? You ain't bringing it, Hey, now what this? Now, hey, I know why you with her. Trust me. I know why you with her. Cause she's spending that money on you. She paying them bills, ain't she? And I know they got all down there, ain't it? So now, the woman over there might think she just accepted and loved and appreciated and just getting talked about like trash, and vice versa. There are color lines in every race. There are color lines, and when you try to go interracial, you're gonna have to deal with some prejudice, if not from your partner, from somebody in their family, somebody in their friend group, and you got to be prepared for that. This ain't no utopian world where just everything is perfect and we just all blend together. Anybody who act like that is not paying attention to what's really out here, to what's really happening. It's color lines. And so this man is on this here app, the nasty, sorry offender. That's what the app need to be called, offender. It need to be called offender. Because that's what they on there trying to do. And he looking for women that he think have low self-esteem. And see a man gonna read you, and he looking to the world, and so he's gonna look at your face, and he's gonna look, and he's gonna say, okay, her nose is smaller, or bigger, or wider, or thinner, or longer, or shorter, so she's insecure about her nose. He's gonna look at your cheeks. Oh, her cheeks are puffier or thinner, no cheeks, or lower or too high. She insecure about her cheeks. He gonna look at your forehead. Or her forehead is too little or too big. She insecure about it. Or her hair is too thin, or it's too thick, or it's too coarse, or it's too dry, or it's too wet, or it's too short. She insecure about that. He's gonna look at your teeth, or her teeth are too small, or her teeth are too big. Her gap is too big or too small. They're too yellow. They're too this, short, sharp, overbite. She insecure. He's gonna look at your lips. He's gonna look at your ear. He's gonna look at your arms. He's gonna look at your breast. He's gonna look at your stomach. He's gonna look at your butt. He's gonna look at your waist, your hips, your thighs, your calves, your feet, and he's going to analyze you from head to toe. A grown boy on these dating apps, he's going to analyze you from head to toe, and he's going to see where can he see somewhere that you may be insecure, and how can he attack that insecurity. And so that's why you have to love yourself, speak life into yourself. You got to know who you are. And then you also have to be real with yourself too. So if you looking at yourself and you know how looks are compatible, and you see somebody that is not in your compatibility zone because their look is never attracted to your look, then you can't go into the mindset of feeling like a prize and thinking that you done got you one because you're seeking the approval of someone that you think looks better than you. Who you end up with, you need to think they look good. It's okay to think that they look good and to want somebody that's attractive, but don't desire or chase somebody that you have to look up to, that you put them on a pedestal and say, this person is better than me. Because 9 out of 10 times when you put somebody on a pedestal, they're going to look down on you. 9 out of 10 times when you think somebody look better than you, they're going to treat you like they look better than you. And that right there is exactly what happened in this here situation. And so this is the thing. You got to go and deal with somebody that understands your race, that understand the dynamics of your culture, that understand you as a person, and that loves and appreciates your genetics, your race, your culture, your traditions, your people, your ways, like, and they value that, and they see you being traditional and or untraditional, non-traditional, whichever word it is. They see that as being unique and special and blessed about you. Not like they coming in with all the preconceived notions and all the stereotypes that you've been suffering from your whole life about you. So it's kind of like if a white woman go date a black man, and the black man come in that, oh, white women love to do oral, and that they so amazing at it, and that's all they want to do, and they love to give money and loan money and invest in their man financially, and that they shut up and they listen and they do all the stereotypes that we've been given. If a black man go into that situation with that white woman, and that's how he doing her, and she happened to be an exception, she happened to not fall into the stereotype, their relationship finna be terrible because of how he viewing her. And then she fighting every day for this new image. Same with a black woman who goes into a relationship with a man of another race. When this man of another race, white man, Hispanic, whatever, is hearing black men tell black women that they too loud, they too rambunctious, they got too much, spunk, and they doing too much talking, and they turning their neck too much and pointing their hands too much, and that black women need to take a chill pill and need to learn how to talk to a man and learn how to be in their place. When this man of another race hearing black men telling black women that, then he coming in like this woman is loud and rambunctious, and she gonna be aggressive and assertive and disrespectful and rude and unclassy. So now if he come in with that preconceived notion of her, that perception of her, then every day she fighting to change his perception because he done put her in a box. Because he doesn't live with her race, he don't know her race because he come from a different race. Whereas somebody of your own race and of your own culture, it's gonna be easier because they understand your race and your culture. So, for example, I got crunk with a man last week. He was a white man. This man was scared for his life. Had I been talking the same exact way to a black man, he would have understood me. He would have understood my anger, and he wouldn't have been afraid, because he would have knew that it looked totally different when a black man really, really mad and about to really put hands on you. It looked totally different. He would have understood that it wouldn't even been no talking if it was finna be by action. But a man who don't understand me because he come from a different race, from a different culture, he'll look at me, and because media has portrayed black men as villains, as monsters, he'll be scared. So it's kind of like the thing where you see with the police. And this going off on a whole nother situation, because her situation is what it is. It's absolutely terrible. I really can't waste my time on stuff like that, because that's just absolutely terrible. It's just like, clear as day. And y'all be knowing the answers, but y'all really just be wanting to vent. Y'all really just be wanting to vent about what you did that you feel is stupid. And like what she said, her first line, you gonna wanna, you might want to pray for my stupidity. And so it's like you already know what you need to do. But just kind of like this right here, when you're doing this here interracial, and she named her email interracial situation. When you name it interracial situation, that lets you know you already feel a way about it. Because if you feel like we one people and we all one, you wouldn't even say it interracial. And so that's like, I see the video of like, the black boy gets stopped. The black boy gets stopped. He gets, flustered or whatever. He get ready to jump out the car and take off running. The white police follows him and shoots him in the back and kills him. Then you watch another story of the white guy pull a knife out, waving the knife at the police. Nobody shoot him and kill him. They literally apprehend him, take him down, do all they moves that they learn in training, take him down safely, put him in the car. The difference is a level of hate, a level of prejudice, stereotypes, and preconceived notion. This man who is sprinting away from me, he thinking he could be running to this bush or to his home or to somewhere to grab a gun to come out and kill me. So let me shoot him in the back and kill him. Whereas this man over here, who's a white man, if this a white cop, waving this knife, yelling, screaming, fighting, swinging brooms, I've seen all different kind of videos. Oh, he's not gonna hurt me. The reason being is Billy grew up with Billy. So he feel like he know and understand Billy. Billy didn't grow up with Jamal. So he is scared to death of Jamal. And he may also hate Jamal or have stereotypes against Jamal because of what the media has shown him of robbers and criminals and what the movies and all this have shown. He feel totally different about Jamal than he does about Dave. You see what I mean? And so that's what happens too in the interracial situation. This man coming in as a white Hungarian, you coming in as an Indian Polish person, he already feel like he's above you and you less than him, and he looking down on you, and brown is yucky. He already feeling like that. So that's why he wants to pimp you out, talking about we need to do threesome. You know, we need to do this. We need to do that. How you gonna feel when I break up with you? We not in a couple. So he literally came for the experience. In his mind, what he come to do is say, let me experience this brown woman. And to be honest with you, that's what almost every man do. That's what almost every man do. I did it. Every man I know did it. Is men like variety and experiences when we grown boys. So we want the brown, we want the white, we want the yellow, we want the tan, we want the pale, we want the dark, we want the mix, we want the this, we want the that. It's like a flavor of the rainbow, like Skittles. And then who he settled down with depends on where his heart at, how he views himself, how he views, that woman. And if he's healthy and he's pure and he's mature, then that union, be it interracial or whatever, intergenerational, if he's healthy and mature and pure, that connection is pure, even if it's interracial, even if it's intergenerational, meaning he 10 years younger or he 10 years older. If he healthy, mature, and pure. If he's immature, grown boy, whoever he settled down with is based on his insecurities, his prejudices, his preconceived notions, and his desire to control and be over a woman and to use a woman as a disposable piece of meat. That's what it's going to be. So, hey, stay off the online dating. Please, I'm trying to tell y'all. And then y'all keep hollering like, oh, it's the pandemic. How you gonna meet people? Walk your butt outside. Go outside. You gonna meet people. Go outside. And if you don't meet nobody, it ain't time for you to meet nobody. It ain't meant for you to meet nobody right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. But I'm telling you, this right there, that online is where men go to hunt. So if you a woman and you arguing with me, it's because you don't understand why men on there. You might be on there with a pure heart and you a great person. That's not why men on there. Good men with a pure heart is not online. It's 1 out of 1,000. It is 1 out of 1,000. The good man with a pure heart that's on there, listen, he is the minority. He 1 out of 1,000. I'm here to tell you, I'm a man. I'm around men. I know men. Ain't no man I know to take himself serious in that space in his life that ain't just looking for something random, just looking for somebody to talk to. Ain't now one of them on no line dating. Because you can meet a woman, you don't have to pay for an app or download a dating app. You can meet on Instagram if you want to meet online. You can meet on Facebook. You're not finna sign up on no dating app unless you lost, confused, or you looking to prey on somebody. Not pray for somebody, pray on somebody. So understand that. Stay off that line. Love yourself. Set new standards. Walk upright. Do what you're supposed to do. Use your common sense. Don't let your desperation keep talking you out your common sense. And be who you know you called to be. And you're going to attract what's for you. Keep working on you and loving you and doing what you're supposed to do. And you're going to attract who for you. And when you find out he's a fraud, Be gone and stop suffering at the hands of this man because you gave your virginity or because you slept with him or because you done spent money with him. Get gone about your business. Hey, this is Tony Gasson. God bless you.